Spoilers for Young and the Restless Monday, May 17th, shows Elizabeth Liner's character Tara Locke shows in with some startling Y&R news. She needs Kyle Abbott's, Michael Mealer, assistance since she is in serious trouble. After he ends his party, Kyle travels to Genoa City to meet his son for the first time. What does this entail for Kyle though, and what does she want? Take a look at these CBS soap opera scoops. At the engagement celebration, Tara Locke and her son Harrison Locke, Kellen Enriquez, stood clumsily. Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, is asked by Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, if he should inform them that it is a private matter on Y&R. However, Kyle promises to handle it. Then, for the first time, Kyle approaches to meet his son. Tara needs to talk to him as soon as possible, and by herself because it appears she has nowhere else to go. She should meet Kyle at the hotel, he says. Harrison is introduced to his biological father by Tara before she departs. Hunter King's character Summer Newman observes uneasily. The other guests linger, wondering why Ashland Locke's wife, played by Richard Burgi, is there. According to teasers for Young and the Restless, Kyle tells his father, Jack Abbott, played by Peter Bergman, that everything is okay. In order to cover for Nick, Phyllis also claims that it must be related to J-Bot's business. Summer questions her fiancé about Tara's unexpected entrance in private. However, he claims that since Tara Locke brought their son Harrison, she must be in a lot of difficulty. After that, they go back to the gathering and attempt to make amends. But Nick and Melissa Ordway's character, Abby Newman, have inquiries. Jack and Phyllis try to distract them. After that, Kyle and Summer sneak away and go to the Grand Phoenix. Nick will question Phyllis about the situation. However, she deceives her boyfriend again. He demands to know what is happening from Phyllis since he is suspicious. He is entitled to know. Meanwhile, Tara Locke's got a stunning bombshell to drop that alters Kyle forever, predict Young and the Restless scoops. Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, is napping when Chloe Mitchell, Elizabeth Hendrickson, interrupts and tends to him. She demands to know why he locked up Chelsea Newman, played by Melissa Claire Egan, her best friend, in a mental health facility. Adam contends that he wasn't even present when she had a breakdown. Flo is upset because while her best friend is imprisoned, he is acting like a hero. Does she want him to quit committing heinous crimes against Young and the Restless? Adam reassures Chloe that he shares her frustration with the current state of affairs. He goes on to declare that if he could, he would take everything back. According to Y&R information, she isn't buying his apology though. He was never deserving of Chelsea, she claims, and everything is his fault. Adam wants Chloe to go since he is sick of arguing. He says he will do everything in his power to help his ex get her life back. However, he also has some closing remarks. According to the prodigal Newman, she assisted Chelsea in her scheme to frame him. And if Ray Rosells, Jordi Villasuso, doesn't change her mind, he won't think twice about telling her. Today, Faith Newman, Raylyn Castor, and Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, welcome Ray Rosells, Jordi Villasuso, back home. The estranged couple gets together to discuss at Crimson Lights. Sharon urges Ray to be truthful. He knows she didn't have sex with Adam, and he hates to upset her. The fact that he even inquired hurts her. According to Ray, he still loves her more than anyone else in his life. Then, out of jealousy, Ray acknowledges that he was the one who became fixated on Adam. He asks Sharon whether she will ever forgive him and pledges his passion once more. The GC detective feels he has destroyed any future the couple may have shared on Young and the Restless. He holds his adulterous ex-girlfriend Mia Rosells, Nomi Gonzalez, responsible for his inadequacies. Sharon says she's sorry she didn't express her affection for him. Ray sighs when he returns home after packing his belongings and realizes how much he has missed it. She also missed him, as did her daughter. Thus, their small family is back together, at least for the time being. Additionally, according to a Y&R leaker, the couple remains together for the remainder of the year. Michael Baldwin, Kristen LeBlanc, requests Chelsea's official statement in her private room at the mental health facility. But once more, she presents herself as uncontrollable. She claims that due of her ex, it won't matter what she says. She claims that she always loses and he always wins. However, according to Young and the Restless spoilers, the DA is adamant that he needs her statement immediately. She still feels the need to vent about her former fiancé. Michael concludes by promising to be fair and to prevent her ex from abusing the system. She ultimately responds that she needs to relax since she has a headache and is too exhausted to comply with his request. But is this the truth or just another scam? She shifts her attention as the DA departs, believing that Sharon is to blame for all of her issues. Perhaps Chelsea has a final revenge scheme. Kyle is informed by Tara Locke that Ashland deceived her and that he is now fully aware of their liaison. Tara claims that after her husband ejected her, she took her son and fled. She now believes that Ashland's threats to take Harrison away from her can only be stopped by Kyle. Her husband is the only one who has discovered she cheated thus far. He still hasn't realized that he isn't her son's biological father. According to Tara Locke, her estranged husband is preparing to remove her from the boy's life and take complete custody of him. And she will stop at nothing to keep her young son safe. According to her, the abbot here must acknowledge fatherhood and support her in her battle. If not for Tara, then at least for their son's sake. He appears to have a big decision to make. According to teasers on Young and the Restless, Tara Locke needs him to make it immediately. Summer encounters Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, in the TGP lobby below while her man is meeting with Tara Locke above. Summer is certain that Tara was sent by Sally to spoil her engagement celebration. She wagers that the redhead is taking pleasure in the situation. Sally yells, "Once a cheater, always a cheater," in reference to Summer's fiancé. Summer gives Sally a strong slap in rage. But the redhead is still grinning. In Nye and R updates, she enjoys getting under Summer's skin. Thus, it appears that the conflict between the two women will intensify once more in Genoa City. The Young and the Restless drama never stops, and the upcoming episode on Monday, May 17, is sure to leave Genoa City in shock as a perilous secret gets closer to ruining a number of lives. Tara Locke has spent months on a tightrope between her marriage to Ashland Locke, a vicious businessman, and the secret that could end it all. In Genoa City, the day starts off surprisingly tranquil. As usual, Summer Newman is balancing her work at Fenmore's with her dynamic relationship with Kyle. Everything appears to be picture perfect at first glance. They are in love, engaged, and organizing a wedding that is sure to be the most anticipated social event of the year. Kyle's remorse, however, eats away at his smiles. Unsure of how or when to reveal to Summer that he might be a father, he has been hiding the truth about Tara and Harrison. While stirring his coffee and reliving every second of the night Tara reappeared, Kyle at society is preoccupied. She had whispered that Ashland had discovered their romance as she stood in front of him, her eyes wild with fear. She has returned, this time as a desperate mother rather than a ghost from the past. He deserves to know his real father, Tara begs. Tara is clearly shaken when she gets to the Abbott mansion. Even though she is dressed neatly as usual, her calmness breaks when she meets Kyle. She trembles as she continues, "I can't keep lying anymore." Harrison should be able to identify his biological father. Around Kyle, everything appears to freeze. He has been living in silent fear of this day for months. The day Tara would make a demand that could end up ruining both of their lives. He starts cautiously. "You told me Ashland believes Harrison is his," he says. "You stated that you wish to shield your youngster from everything." She insists, "I do." But Ashland is incensed. He is investigating everything, including my emails and calls. He is dubious. He will annihilate me if he learns the truth from anybody other than me, and he will remove Harrison. This admission is heart-stopping. Kyle is unable to deny Tara's genuine worry. Kyle's predicament. Obligation versus devotion. Kyle's heart is split in two as Tara makes her case. On the one hand, despite their brief encounter, he feels an unbreakable bond with the boy. Kyle is uncomfortably reminded of himself as a child by Harrison's smile and his demeanor, even the way he tilts his head. However, Kyle now has a life of his own. He adores his fiancée. He has been working hard to reconstruct that future. Tara murmurs, echoing the notion that is already raging in his mind, Summer deserves to know. However, it is the issue. Kyle's involvement with a married woman is unknown to Summer. She is unaware that the romance might have produced a child. Furthermore, it is nearly intolerable to consider losing her and seeing her lead with that betrayed expression on her face. Kyle paces as he adds, "I can't just come out and claim him. That will ruin Harrison's life, your marriage, and my engagement. We need to consider this." Tara's face becomes stern. "Do you believe I haven't? You cannot reason with Ashland, Kyle. He will pursue you if he discovers that you are Harrison's father. Additionally, he will ensure that you never see your son." The increasing suspicion of Summer in the meantime. Summer is meeting with Lauren Fenmore at Genoa to discuss a new fashion collaboration, but she feels uneasy even when they are having a business conversation. Kyle has been aloof and preoccupied, and his jaw twitches a little whenever she brings up Tara Locke. She texts him after the meeting, asking whether everything is alright. "Lately, you have been silent." "Just busy," he promptly responds. "Later, we can talk." He is not like that. Summer is aware of Kyle's telltale signs, which include his avoidance of direct inquiries when he is concealing something. And his avoidances have been increasing lately. She chooses to follow her gut instead of his advice, in typical Newman form. Despite her love for Kyle, Summer is accustomed to being betrayed. She begins to make connections between the rumors about Ashland Locke's failing marriage, Tara's unexpected presence, and Kyle's uneasiness. When the afternoon finally arrives, Summer's suspicions are too strong to ignore. Jack Abbott. A warning from a father. Jack interrupts Kyle and Tara in the middle of their talk back at the Abbott mansion. He can feel the tension in the atmosphere right away. "Tara," Jack greets politely. "This is a surprise." She tries to grin. "I won't stay long. I just needed to chat with Kyle." After she leaves, Jack looks at his son. "You appear to have seen a ghost. What is happening?" Kyle lets out a long sigh. "Tara wants Harrison to be mine. Ashland is becoming suspicious," she claims. Concern darkens Jack's face. "There will be hell to pay, son, if that man discovers you are the father. Ashland Locke is vindictive in life in addition to being merciless in business." "I am aware," Kyle replies. "But I can't leave her to deal with this alone." Jack observes him intently. "Your heart is driving your thoughts. I recognize that. However, you must consider what is best for both you and that boy. There is no going back once you go public." The Ashland factor. A risky deception game. Ashland Locke is in fact on the warpath elsewhere. In his apartment at the Grand Phoenix, he checks a report from one of his private detectives. As he reads the name Kyle Abbott, his eyes narrow. He murmurs, "Why does that name keep coming up?" Ashland's thoughts are racing. He recalls the mild tension that existed between Kyle and Tara when they first met in New York. The way she shifted the conversation every time Kyle's name came up. His chest is brewing a tempest that could blow out at any moment. Ashland is waiting for Tara when she gets home later that night. "Today, I had a fascinating conversation," he says with ease. "Tell me, sweetheart, why Kyle Abbott seems to be so protective of you." Tara clutches her purse as she freezes. "Kyle, he is merely a friend. You know that." A faint smile curls Ashland's lips. "Do I?" The quiet goes on and on. His skepticism thickens the air like smoke, and Tara can feel it. She is aware that time is running out. Summer's discovery. Summer goes straight to the Abbott mansion that night based on her instincts. Tara's car is already in the driveway when she gets there. She feels sad. She hears Tara's and Kyle's muffled voices coming from the foyer. "Are you certain you wish to proceed with this?" Kyle asks. "I must," Tara declares. "Ashland will destroy us both if I don't tell the truth." Summer's heart beats faster. The reality? Destroy us? She enters the doorway before she can stop herself. "What is the truth?" Kyle's face is flushed as he turns. "It's not what you think, Summer." With a quivering voice, she begs, "Then tell me what it is. Because I'm beginning to feel like I don't know you." The reality emerges now. There's no getting out of it. After taking a big breath, Kyle finally opens up about everything. The night in New York, the romance with Tara, and the heartbreaking prospect that Harrison is his son. Summer's world falls apart. Images of their plans, their future, and the wedding invitations she had already ordered fill her head.